Today we're talking about hip hop variants, Marvel's hip hop variants, why they are important, why they are so special, and why you should be paying attention to them. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Devin. Welcome back to the D3 channel. Thank you guys for coming on this Monday to look at my video. I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you guys were safe, vigilant, careful, enjoying your loved ones as much as you could during this pandemic. But if you like what you see here and you want to see more, click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, so every single time I drop a video like this one's a very special video, you guys. Local comic pickups. I just dropped a video which will be in the description will be in the suggestion box after this video about to end, so you can check out the latest video before this one so you can see what I picked up while I'm home for the holidays myself. But today is a special video because we are talking about Marvel hip hop variants, why they are important, why were they made, and also why you need to be paying attention to them and why they're so not slept on, but they're kind of getting the recognition now, but why they're kind of underappreciated. So we're definitely going to get into that right now. I've researched thoroughly on these, every single cover that I have personally, slabbed and raw. I brought my slabs, I brought my raw books. I ended up picking up 2 more raw books that I'm going to show towards the end of the raw collection while I was here. These books are pretty high dollar, and I really don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with just the album cover and what they represent. But I also have my Word document right here, basically just every single Marvel hip hop variant that's raw, because the CGCs have the label and what those album covers are, but also just making sure that you know why those books are special. Some of them are key books, some of them are first appearance books, so they're going to be real important. But let's get into it, guys. So the first one, guys, that I just showed, guys, it is Karnak #1. As you know, Karnak is part of the Inhuman group, and so this is #1. This came out in 2015, and the album cover is Saturday Night by Schoolie D. So a lot of old heads would know what this album cover looks like and what this represents. So basically, guys, what Marvel decided to do, hip hop variants came out between 2015 and 2017. You don't see much after 2017, but between those 3 years, those 2 years actually, Marvel decided to do hip hop variants for not a majority of their run, but a good bit of their run. And so they're paying homage to just classic hip hop, new hip hop. You'll see some new album covers on here from new artists like Drake, Migos, and but you'll also see old artists such as, like I said, Schoolie D, Pete Rock, and stuff like that, that are really just paying homage to just the hip hop culture. And so what makes these really cool, guys, is that you don't, even if you aren't a comic book collector, but if you're a big hip hop head, then these are books that you want to have and just collect and just to have in your personal collection, because these may be some of your parents or some of your favorite album covers, just reminiscing on just back in the day, or that your parents put you on, or that you just discovered these artists and these hip hop variants and these hip hop album covers. And so Marvel just decided to just pay homage to these greats and the greats, that have come and that are here currently. And so I think these are really cool. These are really unique, and these are different than any other variants that you'll ever really see, because they stick to one specific thing. Sometimes you'll see a comic book and it'll come out with so many variants and it's so many different artists, and usually they just target just one artist that really will raise the value of that book. But these are actually a culture thing that actually raises the value of the entire set, because these aren't just, they just did one hip hop variant for a book and then that's it. They did them for a lot of runs. So this makes it more not just finding the book that's a hip hop variant, but you want to find, it gets you to the point where you want to find a collection of the hip hop variants so you can have them all and have every single one or every single issue that, you know, pays homage to a hip hop artist in their album and just what they've done for the culture. And so I really just love that Marvel was able to take the time out and just do this and stuff. So again, one of the things that also make these very valuable and very appreciated is that these are low print books. Like, they don't make these anymore. Like, these there's no second print, no first print, third, fourth, none of that. I said first print, but these technically are first print. But there's no third, fourth, fifth, or sixth. Like, when they came out in 2015, 2017, that was it. What came out came out. So these are also scarce. So these are very hard to find as well. So if you find one, definitely hold on to them and stuff, because again, these are paying homage to a culture and not just an artist. But also, these are low print books. Like, you're just not going to find a buku amount of these hip hop variants just everywhere. These are very hard to find, and not every single comic book store has them. So if you find one, definitely, you know, take heed and go ahead and get them. So like I said, this is Karnak #1. Came out in 2015. Saturday Night by School ED, hip hop variant album cover. We're gonna put that right here. We're gonna keep it going, guys. So this is Carnage #1. This came out in 2015, and this is There Is a Dark Side by Redman. So this is the Redman album coverage homage. I just love that they really pay attention to the album covers and try to keep them as close to the original as possible, but also adding a twist to the by adding a Marvel character, so like that to them. So I thought that was really dope. This one is really cool. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this one. This is Mighty Thor #1. This came out in 2016. This is Mad Villainy by Mad Villain. And so this is also the first team appearance of the Dark Council, as well as the first team appearance of Thunder Guard. So this is a big book to have, guys, because we already know that Jane Foster's Thor is going to be in Thor Rock of Love or Thunder of Love, something like that. Excuse me, I can't remember the title per se, but the new Thor movie, we know Jane Foster's going to be in there, and we might actually see the Dark Council or Thunder Guard in that. So this is like almost a triple key book just to have, because this is Jane Foster's solo series, even though she was first appeared in Thor, the Thor run before this one. This is her first solo issue and stuff. So I have two here. So like I said with the video before, I have Young Justice 1, and now I have Mighty Thor #1. So again, subscribe, like, and comment below. Click that notification bell, because a lucky winner might be going home with a Mighty Thor book. If you look this book up, you know this book is going up in value, and it's going up for a hefty price because of the significance of that book. So now we have Silver Surfer #1. If you know this one, you already know the album cover. I don't even need to say it, but just for those that aren't hip hop heads and want to know who it is, this is Nothing Was the Same by Drake. This is the album cover homage to Drake, Silver Surfer #1. And also another cool thing that they did was that if you know Drake's album Nothing Was the Same, you know that they came out with two covers. You know, they came out with the adult version and then a baby version of Drake with the pick and the afro. They have a variant of this where it's baby Silver Surfer. I haven't found that one yet, but I'm gonna definitely find it so I can have both in the collection. But if you're a Drake fan, I love this album. I love this cover. This is just a really cool cover. I just love the blues and the blacks and just the whites. Just really just the sky just shining off of them. I just really love that. Really love that album. So now we have All New Hawkeye #1. This is this came out in 2015, and this is Mecca and the Soul by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Again, this is for the old head hip hop fans and stuff. You know, just at the end of the day, you know, a really cool album, a really cool book. Like I said, these are just really just unique in their own way. And so this is Red Wolf #1. This came out in 2015. This is called Tickle by Method Man. This is the Method Man album cover homage of Red Wolf #1. And so now we have Miles Morales' uncle, the Prowler. The Prowler #1 came out in 2016. Sickology by Tech 9. So that's really cool, guys. Like I said, some old, some current, and stuff like that. Some current artists, some big artists that are out. You know, Tech 9, you know, is one of the fastest rappers alive, aside from Eminem. But Yeah, Tech Nine album cover. If you're a Tech Nine fan, definitely find this book and just having it just in your collection. You don't even have to read comics, but just appreciate that Marvel, a comic book, and just a conglomerate of Marvel, just decided to pay homage to a rapper in hip hop. So definitely look out for that. That is Psychology by Tech Nine album homage. This is Starbrand and Night Mask #1. This is the Hard to Earn by Gangstar hip hop variant. So this is really cool. I hope to see them in the MCU soon, but no spec on that just per se. But all right, guys, we're gonna keep it going with the Raw book. So this is Secret Warriors #1, guys. This came out in 2017. Like I said, the books came out between 2015, 2017, but this is 2017. And as you can see from the cover, a lot of people are like, "Hey, that cover looks very familiar." Well, this is actually the Culture album by the Migos, and this is the first team appearance of the Secret Warriors, featuring Quake, Miss Marvel, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur, Karnak, who we just seen, and Inferno. So this is the first team appearance. So, we might see them in the MCU, and this is a key book, guys, featuring the first team appearance of that said group. We already know Miss Marvel is having her own TV show. We know Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur will eventually come into the MCU. So we may be getting Secret Warriors sometime later on down the line in one of the phases. So, of course, the big one, they cameoed in Avengers Endgame, A-Force, straight out of comics. I don't even have to explain what the album cover is. You already know, straight out of Compton, NWA. This is the first appearance of Singularity and the first team appearance of A-Force, which is an all-women superhero group. Letitia Wright, who plays Siri in Black Panther, said that A-Force is no doubt in her mind that it's going to come. And so you already know, building up the roster. So whenever A-Force comes out, this is a key book to have. This is a big book. First team appearance of A-Force, straight out of Compton's NWA. I mean, NWA is an iconic, one of the most iconic hip-hop groups to ever be out there in the world, period. So, NWA, A-Force, two big, groups that, are so diverse and definitely wanted to push the fold in just their own cultural rights. All women group, and just, talking about NWA, just police brutality, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, just real iconic. So those two in hand, they're just perfect for each other. All right, guys, so we're going to go with all new Inhumans. One of my favorite Future albums. This came out in 2016. This is Dirty Sprite 2 by Future. As you can see, you see all the Inhumans there. Just love this cover. I love the cover just originally, and just Inhumans just as a whole, guys. All right, so we're going down into all new, all different Avengers. This is a big book to have, guys. So this came out in 2015, and this is Illadelph Half-Life by The Roots. And it is the premiere issue of the new Avengers team: Miles Morales, Vision, Nova, Sam Alexander's Nova, Thor, Jane Foster's Thor, Captain America, who is Sam Wilson, Iron Man, and Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. So this is the first premiere issue of that team. I have a little spec that has to do with Iron Man. I'm thinking that they may do Riri Williams as Iron Man or Ironheart or whatever. So because he's part of that group, so we may get that if we start to get Miles Morales in live action, and if Vision comes and stuff like that, or we don't know which Nova they may introduce. They may introduce Richard Rider's Nova first, or they may do Sam Alexander's Nova. But either one, I definitely feel like this book is going to be well sought after if they start to do a new Avengers team and you start to see those members start to be in the MCU. We already know that they're coming. All right, guys, so this is the Ultimates #1. This came out in 2015. This is the Scar by the Fugees hip-hop variant album homage. This is the first team appearance of the Ultimates. Captain Marvel, Black Panther, America Chavez, Spectrum, and Blue Marvel. We haven't seen Chavez, Spectrum, or Blue Marvel yet, but it's only a matter of time if they get cameoed or if they do a hidden ending at the end of the movies like they always do, an end credit. We might see them, and so we might get the Ultimates in the MCU. You never know with these teams, so you never know what team they may bring into that, but definitely be on the lookout for it. I mean, it's the Roots, Lauryn Hill. I mean, how can you not know this cover and just know the Fugees as a whole and what they've done in just hip hop culture all together. So these are the last two books that I found here in my hometown. And so these books are actually high dollar books, surprisingly. And I honestly don't know why. If you know why, definitely let me know so I can understand why. But this is Monsters Unleashed number 4. This is 100 Miles Running by NWA. I assume that it's just because it's NWA. Anything NWA is just going to be a high dollar book. But yeah, this book actually goes well above the price of the cover. And I got them for the cover price, so I'm definitely lucky that the guy that had them didn't know anything about them or anything like that. So I definitely lucked out and got them both for cover price. This is Monsters Unleashed number 5. This is came out in 2017. Both of them came out in 2017. This is Straight Out of the Jungle by the Jungle Brothers hip hop album homage. Just love them both. And I think this is the highest one out of those two. Don't know why, but I'm definitely curious to know why those books are high value as they are. But these are my raw hip hop variant books. Definitely going to be slabbed soon. Definitely some of them need a good press and stuff like that, but really in great condition. And I just love how uniform they are. Just all black with the album covers right in the middle. I just really love that. So now what we're going to do is go into the slabs, guys. We're going to get into the slab version of my hip-hop variants. And so this is Spidey number 1, guys. The Parker 2. I love Lil Wayne. I'm from Louisiana. Lil Wayne's from Louisiana. I just love this album cover. Of course, Lil Wayne, the Carter 4. Just love this. The Parker 2. Just love that. And then you have the Spider-Man logo. Hand whip logo on there. I just love that. 9/8. Just, man, if I can get Lil Wayne to sign that, I wish Lil Wayne would do comic, go to Comic Cons and stuff like that, whatever. I would love to have him sign that, get that slabbed in a yellow label, but that would be so cool. Alright, guys, so now we have Astonishing AntMan number 1. This is, of course, Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die album homage with Baby Ant-Man. As you know, on the album cover is Baby B.I.G. on there, but I just love this cover. This is going up in value as well, of course, because it's Notorious B.I.G. Who doesn't love Notorious? Who doesn't love Biggie? But we're going to keep it going. I don't even need to say it. You already know Lauryn Hill's Miss Education of Lauryn Hill, Miss Marvel, The Education of Kamala Khan, number 1, and a 9/6. Just one of the best hip hop album covers, and also, if not arguably, one of the best hip hop albums of all time. Honestly, Lauryn Hill is just. There's nothing to really describe Lauryn Hill. You can't even really put her in a category as far as rappers or singers, because she just transcends and is just highly regarded as one of the biggest influence of female rappers and singers of all time. Just an iconic album, iconic character. Of course, Kamala Khan being the first Pakistani and Muslim religion superhero in Marvel. Just, at the end of the day, it's interesting how well thought out they thought about these album covers and these superheroes and why they're iconic, and also why that hip hop album is iconic, and kind of putting them together so they both have a double meaning and kind of highlights why they're so important. So now we're here with Doctor Strange number 1. This, of course, is Dr. Dre, the Chronic album cover, and this is also the first appearance of Zelma Stanton, who's an ally of Strange. It is rumored to be in the MCU. We actually have an actress that might star her in the MCU, but it's not real. We don't really know if she's going to be in madness of the multiverse, Doctor Strange, or will appear in any other movie, but a first appearance book and a hip hop album coverage book in 9A. This also goes for a high value as well because it's, at the end of the day, it's Dr. Dre, one of the most iconic producers of all time in hip hop. So at the end of the day, it's a triple win all around. And so, of course, we have Nova, number one of my favorite J. Cole albums of all time. Born Center, J. Cole album, hip hop variant, Nova, number one in a 9/8. Just love this album cover. Just love J. Cole. Just one of the greatest rappers of all time, especially modern. Then we have Spider Woman, Baby Bump. This is Pun B's Capital Punishment hip hop album variant. In a 9/6. Spider Woman is gonna be on the rise. We don't know which Spider Woman may come. Either Spider Gwen, Ghost Spider, who's also Gwen Stacy, Spider Woman. We just don't know. So definitely get on your Spider Woman if you can, old or new. She's definitely gonna be on the rise. And so we have Daredevil number one. This album, this CGC is also going for a high price as well, because this is the second appearance and first cover appearance of Blind Shot. So this is a nice book to have. This is Tupac strictly for my NIGGAZ album cover homage. Just, it's Tupac. Like I said, with Biggie and Tupac, those album covers just go up in value just because of those two. One of the top two iconic hip hop artists of the 90s. I mean, you can't argue that. Like, if you ask anybody about hip hop in the 90s, automatically they're going to add Tupac and Biggie into that conversation. So definitely get them. So this is one of the newest slabs that I got back. I'm so glad I got this in a 9/8. Got it raw at where did I get this book from? It's in New York. It's in my head, but I'm pretty sure I'll find it later on. Totally Awesome Hulk number one. This is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho as the Hulk and first appearance of Lady Hellbender. Excuse me. So this book is a big key, a huge key for Amadeus Cho, and it's actually one that is highly being looked over. Everybody's going for the first appearance of Amadeus Cho. That's Amazing Fantasy issue 1. Of the new Amazing Fantasy, and that is a good book to have because that is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho. But we know Amadeus Cho more for being the Hulk, and this is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho as the Hulk. This is only built for Cuban Links, Raekwon's hip hop album cover. So guys, definitely find this book if you can. I got it for a low. Up there in New York, had it mailed down to me where I was at in Georgia. But yeah, definitely get this book if you can, because the moment we get a new Hulk in the MCU, this book is going to go big, particularly this one, because this is the first time that Amadeus Cho actually becomes the Hulk. And so now we have Nova number one, and this is Sam Ryder's Nova number one. And if you know this book, you know the album cover. You already know Chance the Rapper's The Coloring Book album homage in a 9/4. Definitely going to send it back to get it pressed. It didn't get pressed. All these books that I got slabbed, I didn't send to get pressed, except for Totally Awesome Hulk number one. So I really wanted that one in a 9/8. But this one I didn't get pressed, but I might send this one to get pressed. So it can be a 9/6 or a 9/8 for sure. But it just didn't get pressed, and that's why it's a 9/4. But this is Sam Ryder's first Sam Ryder solo issue. Because the key book after that, I think it's Nova number 3, where he first meets Richard Rider's Nova. So these are two different Novas. All right, guys. So we only have 5 more, guys. 5 more. So I appreciate you guys sticking around watching this video. Like I said, I really put in the time to research these. I really wanted you guys to realize how cool these books are. Some of them are first appearances, big key books. Some of them are high value books because of scarcity or just the artist or just the artist that they're paying homage to, or the hip hop album cover that they're paying homage to. And just really be on the lookout for them once you go on once you're looking for them. You can find them on eBay. Some of them are really high up there. So sometimes you can find that exact same book in your local comic book store and they be low, and you don't have to pay high dollar for those, because sometimes the comic book stores don't know that these books are first appearances or key books, because the other variants or the cover A of that of what the hip hop variants are under are the ones that they put at high value and kind of just skip over the hip hop variants. But this one is significant because this is my first slab ever. This is the first slab that I've ever owned in my possession. This is Black Knight #1 9.6. This is signed by Frank Terreri. Yeah, just love this book. Nothing significant about this book per se, but I believe this Black Knight may be in the MCU. We're not sure just yet or whatever, but definitely be on the lookout. Anything Black Knight, we know he's coming in the MCU. We just don't know how or anything like that, but this book may be one on the rise. So definitely find it if you can, because prices are going up for this Black Knight for sure. But that is the first slab that I've ever owned in my possession. But this one is one of the most sentimental to me, because this is Black Panther #1. This is the first I'm sorry, I didn't even say what this album cover was. This is Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor album cover. Excuse me, I totally just missed over that one. Looked over that one. But this is Jay-Z's Black album. But as you can see, it's T'Challa pulling his mask down, resembling Jay-Z when he was pulling his hat down. This is the Black album, Black Panther #1. This is the first comic work of Ta-Nehisi Coates, and also is the first appearance of Zenzi, a mutant who can affect emotions. So this is a big book, because we know that they're starting to film Black Panther 2, but we don't know anything about the storyline, who's going to appear in it, anything like that. And that might be their way to introduce the mutants. If they already have a Wakandan that is a mutant in the mutant in Wakanda and resides in Wakanda, that might be their way of introducing mutants into the MCU. But this is just a special book because a lot of these CGC books, hip hop variant books that I have were in a pre-screen book. And my video of my very first pre-screen is on the channel. Definitely look down for that. I got a lot of views on that. But this one was actually one of the books that was in that pre-screen. It came back on 9/8. But that very night we found out that we lost our king, our great Chadwick Boseman. So this book just has so many sentimental things to it for me personally. Just what the character represents, what Chadwick did with that character, what Black Panther means to me and my kids, and just the whole world as a whole. So this book just means a lot to me. This book is definitely going up because of just, paying just homage to Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. Just R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman, who just had a birthday and would have turned 44 yesterday. So R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman. All right, guys. So this one is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1. This is the first appearance of Luna Lafayette. Moon Girl is the hip hop album cover, Vince Staples Summertime '06 album cover in a 9/6. So be on the lookout for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. So we might be getting these in the MCU pretty soon. Don't know how, don't know when, but definitely be on the lookout for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like I said, she's in a lot of teams. I just showed y'all Secret Warriors, and she's in that as well, the first team appearance of that, and she's in that. So definitely be looking out for this. I know we're getting an animated series, but live action, definitely be looking out for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1. And so now we have two more guys, but then we have this one. This is Vision #1. This is one of the newest slabs that I have in my possession as well on the 9/6. This is Wiz Khalifa's Rolling Papers hip hop album homage. But this is also a lot of first appearances in this book. This is the first appearance of Veronica Vision, the wife of Vision, Vin Vision, the son of Vision, and the biggest one, Viv Vision, the daughter of Vision. Viv Vision is in a lot of teams. She is a part of the Champions. She's also a part of just a whole lot of team appearances as well. So this book is huge because it's the first appearance of Viv Vision. And so you already know WandaVision is coming into is coming in January, I believe. So we might see her. Wanda might do something to where she might create Vision a whole family of his own, and we might get Viv Vision in that show And so definitely this book will go up in value because of Viv Vision and just how important she is to all the other Marvel teams that she is a part of, such as the Champions. And so the last book, guys, this is the book that kind of just catapulted the hip hop Marvel variants up a notch this summer with the announcement of his first solo game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1, the Nas Illmatic cover homage. This is the third ongoing solo series of Miles Morales. Got this for my birthday. Yeah, this is the book that is this book that's the most expensive out of the Marvel hip hop variants of all because of Miles Morales and just how iconic this album cover is, and just Nas, one of the greats and one of the greatest rappers of all time. This is my grail personally. This is my grail. This is the book that I just always wanted in my collection, and just it came at the right time during my birthday, and I was able to snag it in a bid for the low. If you see how much this book is at a 9.6, then you know I can't even tell you how much I got this book for when I won the bid. But you know, all it honestly needs is a good press, and this might become a 9.8. So I'm really debating if I want to crack this open and send it to get pressed so it can go up to a 9.8, or I might just keep it the same. But that is it, guys, for the Marvel hip hop variants. Again, this is a 30-minute video, but I appreciate you guys just chilling out with me on a Monday, watching this video, or any time of the day or any time of the week that you stumble upon this video, and just watching and seeing how cool these hip hop variants are, why they're so kind of slept on and overlooked, because of just at the end of the day, there's not many printed or whatever, so that makes them more valuable, but yet people aren't really looking at them like that. But I guarantee you, I promise you, later on down the line, just you wait, you're going to see more hip-hop variants start to go up in value, because people are going to start to appreciate them for what they are, what they represent, how scarce they are, and just sometimes the hip-hop album cover that, you know, they may have grown up with, or, you know, just fell in love with, or that album pushed them to love a favorite artist that artist has created. But that's the reason why I love them. I think they're so cool. I love hip hop culture. It's part of my culture, who I am, and also comics. At the end of the day, like I said, you don't have to read them. Sometimes just collecting them just because of hip hop covers. Sometimes that can be the only motivation that you need, and that's fine. But just go out and collect them. I'm definitely going to be looking for them. And if you find any or anything like that, definitely let me know, and let me know where you got them, so like that, so maybe I can look out and start collecting, because there's still a lot more out there that I don't have that I want to get in my collection. I want to be able to find every single one, get them slabbed, so I can have all of the hip-hop variants slabbed and collected for my collection. Who knows, maybe 20, 30, 40 years down the line, they'll go up in bigger value because they just represented a culture. And as you know, hip-hop is one of the biggest influencers of the music genre and just in culture, just period. So it's not up for debate. And so just the fact that Marvel took the time out to pay homage to that is just really cool. But again, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, so every single time I drop a video like this. If I find a good bit more in the future, I may do a part 2 of this. So definitely like and let me know. That'll let me know that you guys appreciate this video and want to see a part 2 where I find even more hip hop variants, and even the ones that I send to get slabbed and get them back, doing a unboxing of those, so you can see those hip hop variants get slabbed and added to my hip hop collection. But you guys have an amazing Mondays, the start of your week. May your holidays going into Christmas be great, be safe, be vigilant, keep your loved ones and yourself safe and happy. And I'll see you guys later.